Jesus. So I recorded this already several times, so I will start again. My name is Steve, and this is my video. First time talking to camera, to iPhone camera, and I want to do this channel about astronomy, philosophy, cosmology, and so on. I want to put it together somehow. I don't know, like I just want to talk because I think not many people does these kind of videos when they talk, think loud. And there is also not so much, content when you're connecting the philosophy and astronomy. I'm no professional for sure, I'm just a fan. And let's start. I was already talking several times, then the video stopped somehow, so I hope this is for the last time, about Project Breakthrough Starshot. It's something mesmerizing, like I love it. But it also makes me extremely frustrated, really, the most. Because I believe it's very much possible to humankind to do the Starshot. And I don't understand, oh Jesus. I don't understand why we have to go to Mars, which is obviously something we can do. I'm not saying it's not a practical thing to do. I think in general it's nice, but I think the financing would be, I don't know how is it in reality. Perhaps somebody of you could tell me what would be more expensive, if it is the Starshot, the sending the probes from Earth, by the laser, which should, like replicate the solar wind. And I think it's a brilliant idea. Or if it's more expensive to go to Mars, because I think in general, I also read it on the astronomy.com that the Starshot shouldn't be more expensive than the ISS, and the ISS was the most expensive, obviously, thing we ever did as a humanity. It's of course brilliant, but just imagine to have a picture from Proxima b Centauri, actually maybe thousands of pictures, because they are planning to send perhaps thousands of probes, not only one or two. So they are sure that at least one or two will get there. Yeah, I think the biggest problem is the laser. Because also it would be possible weapon, and yeah, that there will be several political, financial problems. However, I think it's necessity. And sometimes when I think loud, they just do things most politically, not really to the science. Is not what we need. We need progress, really. Just imagine, to have a knowledge about another star system, about planets there and so on. It's unimaginable. For me, it's unimaginable. The biggest step in humankind history. So it's still going, lovely. For the first time, it was already had 4 minutes. So let me drink kratom. Yeah, so I do this in general to get better, like in me talking, not only that I want to propagate, these things like Project Breakthrough Starshot. I'm no one. I'm not a scientist. I'm not, astronomist. I want to do this for myself, so I can record myself and so on. I'm sure it's really good for myself, but I would love if it would actually make somebody feel that they are not alone, and also for me, because I feel very much alone about the astronomy topics. Of course, I read several comments online, several people, like these guys, AstroKobe, I don't know their names, the super famous guy, popularization of science, what was his name? And yeah, I think I'm actually like reading now a lot about philosophy, and it's really cool that what you know now, and you know it obviously, or think that because we have this AI, Google, so much information, and then you realize like this Galileo Galilei, he already knew several things, you know, what we can tell now, you know, like they were before him. Even before him, there were people they believed that they are exoplanets. People are always smart, you know, but most of the people, they just hate to hear this. I don't know why, but most of the people hate to hear that they are exoplanets with possible life. Tell me why. Is it really fear? Is it fear? I guess it is. I guess it is. And it makes me feel angry, you know, and frustrated too, very much. This is like therapy, you know, between me and phone. And yeah, fucking lights. I don't know, guys, like we should do more. It's also like the Vatican. Well, I've heard they had some kind of informations about UFO, and United States, of course, like they know much more than they are saying. Donald Trump, right, he said in Joe Rogan podcast that he will expose more about the UFO. I'm really looking forward, really. He has to do it. Yes, so maybe I will talk about politics too. Yeah, so I think I remember the name is Carl Sagan. Carl Sagan. And I already seen some of his videos. The black and white videos is really cool. I recommend it to you all, even though like I'm younger generation, but it's really cool. It's really intelligent. He was no stupid person, no like clown internet, you know, 8 seconds videos on TikTok about moon or what the fuck. And I was talking about SETI, right? And METI. I think these are brilliant ideas, and I've heard they are not taken really seriously by the scientific or academics environment. But I don't know why, you know, like I think those are private firms, and I think they are doing a brilliant job. I don't know if you've heard about the BLS-1 signal from Proxima B, from Proxima Centauri, perhaps not, we don't know. However, I found it really strange, you know. Also, it's connected to what I said before, that people are just scared, perhaps, of the truth, and that makes me really angry. They are. I don't know if they are scared that aliens are, you know, sending us signals. I find it really cool, but or the wow signal, right? You know. And what I wanted to say really is that I think we need not 1 or 2 big ears, but we need like maybe 50,000 of them, you know, of those listening devices. Because I thought in the beginning that they are listening like to the whole space, you know, the surrounding stars, all of them. And I was so wrong. I don't know if you know, but I was so angry and so disappointed when I figured out that they are really listening only to one star, like 2 or 3 days in a row, usually not in a row. Usually they are listening like 12 hours and then another 12 hours in a half of a year later. It's just embarrassing, you know, like just imagine that I don't know, civilization, you know, from Barnard Star, they are calling us, you know, 40 times in a year, and they have to think why the fuck the earth doesn't take the phone, you know. But it's not the fault of the SETI, it's the fault of the system. As I said, I think this is really much politics. I don't believe this is so expensive. Is it? You know, if you know, I will also search it up. But you don't know, you know, like I believe it's politics very much. And of course, like the practical thing is that they need to give space to give time to the stars. Obviously there is plenty of them that they found important, and they need to give them like at least some time. But in 1 year, of course, like the important stars, they get like three fucking days, you know, of listening. So it's almost nothing, you know, isn't it? I think it's nothing. Let's see if it's recording. Yes, it's recording. And my battery is critically low. Fucking hell. Yes, so I don't know, I think maybe this is enough for the first video. I will try to cut it, and yeah, tell me what do you think. If somebody will listen to this, tell me what do you think. And I would also love to connect it to this philosophy. I'm actually writing not a book, but something like textbook, you know, like for me, about all the authors. I started with Greek antique philosophers from Aristotle, Sócrates, even before them. It's really interesting, you know. It's really interesting because it's really, yeah, but it's really shrewd, I think, you know, like, but well, it actually confirms what I said before, that they were always intelligent people, always, even thousands years before us, you know. And yeah, there are crazy stuff, man. Like, I don't know who it was. It's what Socrates who had to drink this poison tea. Then they chose a judge from the people. He was no judge, you know. Like, they chose 500 people from the city, and they wanted to those 500 people to decide if this philosopher should be killed or not. And for the first time they voted, you know, like 240 for this guy should be dead. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name, I'm sorry, but he was really like, they're saying about him that he is ruining the youth people. And they decided in the end, after him saying that they should actually be glad and buy him a dinner, then they decided he has to die. And he was the talented one, he was the intelligent one, you know. So, and I think in this case people didn't change at all, you know. Like, just imagine the technological progress we made in last 25 centuries, you know, or just last 2 centuries. It's unimaginable. But people in themselves, in the root, I think I see no change. I see nothing. People are the same, you know. I think it was like this since Homo sapiens came. Always the group. You just want to stick to the group because otherwise you are afraid for your life. I don't want this to be too depressive, so let's finish somehow positive. What should I say? Now? Positive thing is that I want to do this more, so yeah. I have to wake up tomorrow early, so let's finish this way. Yeah, have a good one. Bye bye.